सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय ॐ नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hari Om, salutations to all. So today onwards, we take up the study and meditation on the Kashi Vishwanatha Ashtakam. Kashi Vishwanatha Ashtakam, also composed by Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji. Ardhanarishwara Stotram also was composed by him. So this Kashi Vishwanatha Ashtakam, 8 verses on the glory of Bhagavan Kashi Vishwanath. So Kashi, the word Kashi itself is very powerful. All of us know the significance of Kashi, the greatness of Kashi. What does the word Kashi mean? So Sanskrit root Kash means to shine, Kashate. Kashi is that where one shines in one's true glory. Bhagavan Shiva resides in Kashi. Mother Annapurna resides in Kashi. Their nature is Chit, Chaitanya. They are resplendent, shining there as though. So one meaning of Kashi is that where the one which shines, basically Kashate iti Kashi, so that which shines. Why is it shining? Because Bhagavan's presence is there. And when we go there, we also shine in our true nature. We also come to discover our oneness with Bhagavan. Why? Because another meaning of Kashi given in the Shiva Puran is Karmanam Krishnat Chaiva Kashiti Paripathyate. It destroys the karmic bondage. Remembering Bhagavan, Sthal Mahima is there. When you go there, it will destroy many collected, accumulated Sanchit karmas. Prarabdha, it cannot destroy. We have to go through Prarabdha, but it can empower us to go through Prarabdha with detachment so that we don't create new karmas. And how this will happen? By Jnana, by knowledge. So Kashi is a place of knowledge. It was, even today it is, but in the past definitely it was glory. Its glory was known as a knowledge, as a place of knowledge. Even Shankaracharyaji's guru told Shankaracharyaji to go to Kashi, and he wrote many compositions there, including Bhari Govindam, Manisha Panchakam, so he went to Kashi. Swami Vidyaranya also went to Kashi to get the scholars from Kashi to come to South India. When the attacks happened and culture was getting destroyed so much, we needed Vedic scholars. So Vidyaranya Swami also went to Kashi. Kashi is a place of learning, and one should Understand that and try and maintain that aspect. Don't make every place into some tourist hub and just go there for enjoyment, and then Kashi ka chaat and Kashi ka silk ka sari and Kashi ka pan, Banaras ka pan. The kind of branding that happens, consumerism that goes on, I mean, that can go on one side. Who can stop? Human mind wants enjoyment. But what is it mainly known for? It should be known for what it truly stands for, which is knowledge, which is bhakti. So, Kashi is a place of learning and knowledge, and especially Bhagwan Vishwanath, it is his Nagari. Why it is called his Nagari? So one Puranic legend comes that after Mother Parvati got married to Bhagwan Shiva, they were staying in Kailas. But the Divine Mother was not very happy. She said, you know, Bhagwan, all women, when they marry, then they go to their husband's house. I am staying here in the mountains. My father is the king of all these mountains, the Himalayas. So I'm not feeling that I have gone to my husband's home. It feels like I'm staying in my own home, in my father's home, in that sense. So she said, please take me to your home. And it seems that Bhagwan took Mother Parvati to Kashi. That is his abode. And the glory of Kashi, it is said that, you know, Kashi is on earth, but it is not on earth. It doesn't get destroyed. When Pralayakal happens, then Bhagwan Shiva holds Kashi on his Trishul. And then again, when Srishti happens, again he as though puts it back on the earth. And he stays there. That is his abode. We generally say Kailas is his abode. That is in the mountains. So Shivji had already set the trend. Have one home in the city and one home in the mountains. And then you spend time in both the places. We are jivas, we have to keep going from one place to other. He can spend time in both the places simultaneously. So he is abiding in Kashi also and he is in Kailas also. So that is one legend that Bhagwan is, that's why it is called Avimukta Kshetra. Bhagwan will never leave it. Avimukta. Even during Pralayakal, he is holding it in his Trishul. So it is Avimukta Kshetra. And that is the Kshetra where Bhagwan gives Mukti to the Jiva by initiating the Jiva into the Tarak mantra. Shiv Puran says Om. Other scriptures will say Ram. Both are one only. Bhagwan initiates the Jiva into the Tarak mantra and the Jiva gets, the Mukti. So there are verses which says that, Vishaya Sakta Chittopi Tyakta Dharma Ratir Naraha Iha Kshetre Mrita Sopi Samsarena Punarbhavet. Even if the mind of that person is attached to sense pleasures, Vishaya Sakta Chittopi Tyakta Dharma Ratihi. That person has no love for dharma, has abandoned dharma, fully attached to sense enjoyment. Even such a person, iha kshetre mrita sopi, in this kshetra, if that person dies, samsarena punarbhavet, that person doesn't come back to samsar. Acha Swamiji, so I can do any kind of conduct, behavior, and I can do any kind of sins, and then I will go to Kashi and die. First of all, it doesn't work like that. Because if karmas are there, only one can even go to Kashi. Some punya karma should have happened, then Kashi one can go to. Second, this mukti is not Jivan mukti. This mukti is Salokya mukti. You go to Bhagwan's abode. Third, this is the glory of that place. This is not a license to do adharmic karma. This is to say that even such a person gets liberated. So what about those who will do sadhana? They will get Jivan Mukti. They will shine truly in their nature as Sachidananda Parabrahma Tattva. And this is to signify that what leads to that mukti. That Shivji initiates the Jiva into Taraka Mantra. Which means that while I am living, if I am not chanting Taraka Mantra, then I am wasting my life. For some reason, if the Jiva has not been able to chant, then at least in that time, last moments, one is remembering. And when one drops the body, then Bhagavan initiates the Jiva. That shows Bhagavan's compassion. It is to show Bhagavan's compassion. It is not a license for us to do adharmic karma. So the Kshetra Mahatmya is there because Bhagavan is staying there. It is his own abode. And so it continues. So this in the Matsya Puran, this comes, that Japadhyana Vihinanam Jnana Varjita Chetasam Tato Dukkha Hatanam Cha Gatir Varanasi Nranam. So those who have not done japa, dhyana, those who don't have the knowledge of the self, and so they are afflicted by so much of sorrow. For them, what is the way to get Sadgati? Is go to Varanasi. Tirthanam Panchakam Saram Vishveshananda Kanane Dashashvamegham Lolarkaha Keshavo Bindu Madhavaha Panchami tu Mahashrestha Procyate Manikarnika Ebhistu Tirthavaryaischa Varnyate Yavimuktakam. So it is called Ananda Kanan and Avimukta Kshetra. Avimukta I told you. It is Ananda Kanan. Bhagavan is there in Kashi with Mother Parvati, blessing every jiva. In this forest of samsara, that is a forest of bliss, Ananda Kanan. Remembering Bhagavan, surrendering to Bhagavan, worshipping Bhagavan with Mother Parvati is the way to Anand, bliss. That is the point. And 5 places are very sacred there. Tirthanam Panchakam Saram. What are these 5 places? So, Dashashvamegh, where Bhagavan Brahma himself has done yajna. 10 yajnas he has done of Ashvamegha. So, Dashashvamegh. Then Lolarka Kund, that is Surya Kund. Then Bindu Madhav Mandir is there. Bhagavan Vishnu is the Ishta of Shivji. Bindu Madhav Mandir. And Bhagavan Vishnu has done tapasya in Kashi. For what? To sustain the creation. He did the tapasya there and got the blessings of Bhagavan Shiva. So Brahmaji's tapasya happened, Vishnu Bhagavan tapasya happened, Agastya Muni also has done tapasya there and pleased Bhagavan Shiva. So Bindu Madhav Bhagavan is, his mandir is there. Then Bhagavan is also there in the form of Keshava. Keshava Bindu Madhava. Dashashvamegh, Lolarka, Bindu Madhav, Keshava and Manikarnika. That is another name of Kashi is Nitya Smashan. 24 hours there is burning going on. See that contrast there. On one hand it is to shine, on the other hand continuous the fire is lit. Meaning it shows the perishable nature of the samsara. And Bhagavan is at work 24 hours. So many jivas are going on perishing. And Bhagavan keeps initiating them into Tarak Mantra. That is again compassion of Bhagavan. So these 5 places one should visit with the bhavana of Tirtha Sthan, with the sadhana attitude, Vishwanath Bhagwan, of course. So Keshav, in 5, when we say this Bindu Madhav Keshava is 1, not 2. I counted 2. No, it is not 2, it is 1. So Vishwanath Bhagwan, one goes to Kashi Vishwanath ji. So Kashi has this significance that it is to help us to destroy our karma by gaining knowledge, and by living that knowledge of the self. When I live as infinite consciousness, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am not the Jiva. I'm that Shiva Tattva. That knowledge is what one has to imbibe. That is the Jnana Marg. Bhakti Marga is chant Bhagwan's name. It will finally purify the mind and lead us to realization of oneness with Him. So this is Kashi, and Vishwanath. He is the Lord of the whole universe, staying there in Kashi, as we saw the legend. So it is the sacred place. The linga there is a Jyotirlinga. It is a Bhagwan staying there, and that's why when we say the story, the name of the linga is Vishweshwara Linga. So the legend is what I just shared, कि Bhagwan took Mother Parvati there and appeared there. It is supposed to be the oldest city in the world and imperishable city, held on the Trishul. And that Vishweshwara is the Jyotirling. In the Shiva Puran also the beautiful description comes of this Jyotirling. And by worshipping this Jyotirling, so many sins also get destroyed. And it is said here that person becomes fit, adhikari. When one worships Bhagwan Vishweshwara daily, or has darshan of Bhagwan Vishweshwara daily, one becomes an adhikari to attain Paramdham of Bhagwan. So Paramdham, from Dvaitin standpoint, it will be that yes, one goes to the Shiva Loka, to Kailas, is remaining there with Bhagwan forever. But what does the Gita say? Yad gatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Having discovered which, one never falls back into the realm of ignorance. That state of knowledge is called Paramdham. That state of realization is called Paramdham. So the person becomes fit for that. And of course, Bhagwan Shivji's compassion and grace remains on that Jiva continuously. And Roga, Shoka, Dukkha, Dainya, all that gets destroyed. So when one goes to Kashi, visit these places, have this attitude that I am here for sadhana, I am here to destroy my karmic bondage, I am here to increase my knowledge, I am here to surrender to Bhagwan, I am here to do Ganga Snan. Today many people don't do. Some of them have some valid reason, because they say that sometimes the Ganga Ji, the water has impurity. At least take that water, do some prokshan. If you can't do Ganga Snan for whatever reason. So Kashi, when we go to, this is a bhav, the sadhana attitude. And when we go to Bhagwan Vishweshwara, when we have his darshan, we know today there is so much of crowd and line and all that. But when you are waiting on the way, chant this Kashi Vishwanatha Stotram. Or even any other time when you are sitting there in Kashi, spending some time, chant Bhagwan's glory. 8 verses beautifully describing the glory of Bhagwan Kashi Vishwanath. Now we will see each of them. So this is the first verse. Gangataranga Ramaniya Jata Kalapam गौरी निरन्तर विभूषित वामभागम् नारायण प्रियमनङ्गमदापहारम् वाराणसीपुरपतिं भज विश्वनाथम् वाराणसीपुरपतिं भज विश्वनाथम्. So what does this shloka say? Varanasi Purapatim, one who is the Lord of Varanasi, that Bhagwan Vishwanath, worship that Bhagwan Vishwanath. Bhaja is a imperative mode. So do it. It's like a command or it's like a advice ki worship Bhagwan. Like how Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, worship Govinda. So it is like that in that sense of order, the command. So to the Jiva, Shankaracharya says, oh Jiva, you got a human birth. Worship that Bhagwan Vishwanath, who is the Lord of Varanasi. Who is he? So this last line will come common in each of the verses. Varanasi Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham. Who is that Vishwanath Bhagwan? Ganga Taranga Ramaniya Jata Kalapam. Whose, matted hair, the Jata. In his Jata, what is there? The charming Mother Ganga is there. Or we can say in his charming long Jata, Mother Ganga, one small ripple comes out. Ganga is fully in the Jata of Bhagwan Shiva and only one small streak of Mother Ganga flows out. So Ganga Taranga Ramaniya Jata Kalapam. Gauri Nirantara Vibhushita Vama Bhagam. Mother Parvati, Gauri is on his left side. All the time. Nirantara. She adorns his left side. Vibhushita Vama Bhagam. We saw that in the Ardhanarishwara Rupa also, that she is literally also the left half of the body of Bhagwan. And if one sees in the form separately also, she is always seated on the left side of Bhagwan. Narayana Priyam, who is dear to Narayana and to whom Narayana is dear. This compound in Sanskrit can mean both. Narayanasya Priyaha and Narayana Priyaha Yasya Saha. So one who is dear to Narayana Bhagwan and to whom Narayana Bhagwan is very dear. They both are Ishtadevata of each other. Narayana Priyam. Ananga. Ananga means Kamadev. Kamadev doesn't have a physical body. Mada Apaharam. His pride was destroyed by Bhagwan Shiva. To that Bhagwan Shiva, we prostrate, is our bhav. The shloka says, worship that Bhagwan Shiva. Varanasi Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham. So this is the basic meaning of this verse. Ganga Taranga Ramaniya Jata Kalapam. In his Jata is Mother Ganga. So who is Ganga? Ganga Snan itself is considered Kashi Maranat Muktihi, Ganga Snanat Muktihi. Both these are very famous. And everybody knows in Bharat, most of the people will, have the bhavana that once at least in my life I should go to Kashi. If you go there today also, people from down south, all of them, so many of them come there. This wrong notion, this Aryan Dravidian divide and this North Indian, South Indian and all that is being created just to confuse us, delude us, make us fight. If you see the cultural Bharat, people have been going to Kashi and then coming from there to Rameshwaram. That is one sadhana also people do. Go to Kashi by walk, Tirtha Yatra you do, take the Ganga Jal there, do the Snan, everything, take Ganga Jal, come down, do the Abhishek on Rameshwar Bhagwan. And while going from south to the north, what do? Take the sand from Rameshwar Bhagwan, offer it on Kashi Vishwanath Bhagwan. Cultural oneness. Shankaracharya established mathas in 4 places. He didn't stick to only South India. He traveled across Bharat. So the point is, we should understand we are one. So when one goes to Kashi, why? Because one wants to have this with darshan of Vishweshwar Bhagwan, Ganga Snan, and so Ganga Taranga Ramaniya Jatakalapam, whose long, charming, matted hair from that one streak of Ganga, one taranga of Ganga flows. Ganga ji is symbolic of what? She is the literally the word Ganga means Gamayati iti Ganga, that which speeds up our evolution. How nice, no? See so many factors coming together in Kashi. We want to shine in our true knowledge. The grace of Mother Ganga is there who will speed it up. The process of knowledge. Otherwise, it will take millions of years. The one who helps us to speed up. What will speed up our evolution? Gangaji represents 3 things. Gangaji represents Seva. She flows from the mountains into the plains, serving billions of people, and finally emerges in the ocean. So she represents Seva, incessant flow of selfless service. If I am doing work, let it be selfless. She represents Bhakti because she originates from the Kamandal of Brahmaji to the feet of Bhagwan Vishnu on the Jata of Shivji and then flows on the earth. So Bhakti, and she represents the Jnana. Only a mind like Bhagwan Shiva. In that context, Bhagwan Shiva represents the purest mind. Can receive the flow of Brahma Vidya. There he represents the Adi Guru. And pass it on in small measure for the world. Otherwise, the flow of Mother Ganga would destroy the whole earth. Earth will get flooded and earth will even get destroyed. With the force with which the water falls, it can split. Shivji is the one who stands and he receives the Ganga because this jata of his represents the tapasya. So Ganga Taranga Ramaniya Jata. Ramaniya Jata is not that he has beautified the jata nicely, shampooed it and done whatever coloring and strand and straightening and all that. Ramaniya because he's done tapasya, gone beyond body identification, and that person is able to receive that Brahma Vidya. Gurudev used to say that the Gangaji represents that knowledge of the self and the unbroken Guru Shishya Parampara, where this knowledge has been given by one Guru to the disciple who becomes the Guru gives to the next disciple and it goes on. So the flow of Mother Ganga is the flow of Brahma Vidya, flow of cultural values, tradition in Sanatan Dharma. And so when we say Ganga Taranga Ramaniya Jatakalapam, Gangaji speeds up our evolution. How? By this. If we have this bhav that my life must be filled with these 3, Seva bhav, Bhakti bhav, and anchoring in knowledge, Jnana Nishtha, then evolution is speeded up. If I simply go and take a dip also in Ganga, even if I don't know the Mahatmyam of Ganga, etc., it will purify the mind, it will help us to evolve by destroying our sins. And if one does some tapasya sadhana on the banks of Ganga, sit and do japa. If you go to Kashi, sit and do japa on the banks of Mother Ganga. Sit and do japa in the temple. Obviously, in front of Vishwanath Bhagwan, you may not be able to do, but in the temple premises, sit there, do japa. The japa done in presence of a flowing river has much more benefit, and punya also it gives more. And japa done in front of a Shivalinga, especially a Shivalinga like Jyotirlinga, gives crores of times of punya. So one should go and do the japa, do the sadhana, so that also will increase speed up our evolution. See, Bhagwan does Bhagavan creates many methods for the jiva to come back to its own true nature. In the bhakti language, for the jiva to unite with Bhagavan. Jiva has to use all this. If jiva feels not required and jiva wants to enjoy in the world, Bhagavan says, tathastu, enjoy. And when one gets burnt in this samsara, when one understands finitude, when understands the dukkha, dosha, then one comes, Bhagavan is ready saying, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all this. Sins will get destroyed, punya will increase, satsang will come, guru will come, jnana will happen, realization will happen. Bhagavan is waiting eagerly. We are only taking time, happily playing. As long as the child is playing, mother is happy. If the child says, now enough, I played, I want the mother only, then the mother comes. So, that intensity one has to cultivate. Kashi, if you go, do sadhana on one hand, do Ganga Snan on the other, see that Manikarnika, and remember, think about the perishable nature of the world. One day this body will become that bhasma only. One drop of water to one pot of ash, that's all finally it is. So how much attachment to this? For what? If one thinks, the evolution will speed up. So Ganga Taranga Ramaniya Jatakalapam, Gauri Nirantara Vibhushita Vama Bhagam, Mother Gauri. So it's very nice, na? Bhagwan is Karpura Gauram and Mother Parvati also is Gauri. Both are fair, resplendent, shining. Again, the point is not to say that some color is greater than the other. The point is to say that knowledge is what is most important. Beyond darkness, beyond ignorance, they both are shining in that knowledge of the self, and that is what they are blessing the jivas with in Kashi. So Gauri Nirantara Vibhushita Vama Bhagam. She is always there on the left side of Bhagavan. Narayana Priyam. Bhagavan loves Narayan. Shivji loves Narayan Bhagavan. Narayan Bhagavan loves Shivji. They both worship each other. See, think about it. Bhagavan setting that example for the jiva. Who is your Ishtadevata? Find out. He himself is having one Ishtadevata. Ramji worships Bhagavan Shiv. Shivji worships Bhagavan Ram. Krishna Bhagavan also worships Bhagavan Shiva. He went to Kailas also. Did tapasya, got darshan of Shivji. So the point is, if our Bhagavans have also the bhavana that I should have an Ishtadevata and I worship a particular form, what pride we have unnecessary. And what confusion we have also, that I should worship every form. You respect every form, they are one only, appearance of one truth. Choose one form as your Ishta and worship that regularly. You may have some other forms in the puja room. That is, if a common puja room is there, it will help others to identify their form. And you also respect every other form, but your main focus remains on one form. Okay, this is my Ishtadevata. Narayana Priyam, one who loves Bhagavan Narayana. Bhakti is that which gives us emotional anchoring. Most important. Otherwise, we want to get validation from people. We want their love, their appreciation, their company, full-time dependency creating. Love people, but anchor in bhakti. From there, I give love to everybody. Narayana Priyam. Narayana is the one who is Bhagavan Vishnu, who is the very consciousness. So Narayana Priya also means one who revels in consciousness. Shivji is meditating and reveling in the state of bliss, consciousness. Naram Jnanam. So Narayana literally means that state of consciousness, which is all pervasive. So Narayana Priyam Anangamadapaharam, one who destroys Kamadev. Kam and Ram mutually opposite. One who helps us to destroy Kama. Kama is not only lust here, Kama is selfishness. So that first line, no, Ganga Taranga Ramaniya. Bhagwan Shivji's form only starts with that jata if you do from the head to the toes, the visualization. Starts only with selflessness. Gangaji symbol of selflessness. That is what will destroy karma. Selflessness and service attitude, dedicating it to Bhagavan will destroy this Kamadev. In this context, specifically, fire of knowledge will destroy Kamadev. Third eye opens, Bhagavan destroys Kamadev. And the pride of Kamadev. Bhagavan destroyed Kamadev's body and destroyed his pride, but he restored him in a subtle form. So Kamadev that way didn't get destroyed, but the pride of Kamadev got destroyed. What was his pride? That I can disturb the meditation of Bhagavan Shiva and I can make him fall. That pride Bhagavan destroyed. So Narayana Priyam Ananga Madapaharam. Ananga is Kamadev. In each of us, there is some selfishness, some ego, somewhere some impurity of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Destroying kama will destroy the other five also. Krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. All five gone. Because the other five are only expressions of this. So that's why Kamdev one destroys. So Bhagavan Shiva one prays, Bhagavan you destroy this Kamdev. Even Prahladji prays that to Bhagavan Vishnu. And when Narsimha avatar happens and Bhagavan is insistent, Prahlad asks some boon, I want to give you. Prahladji says, I don't want anything. I love you for who you are. I don't want any transaction. Because I don't want anything. He says, no, but I want to give, so you ask. And there Prahladji is asking that if you want to give something, give me this boon, that may desire never arise in my mind. What a boon it is. May desire never arise in my mind. The calm doesn't arise only. Then Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, none of them will come. And karma doesn't arise, meaning the mind will never become extrovert. Abide in the self. So this is a beautiful verse, first verse. So we must worship that Kashi Vishwanatha Bhagavan. So I will come back to the same form that we had done, we had used in the beginning before we started Ardhanarishwara Rupa. The simple form of Bhagavan Shiva. This which we have been using through many Shravans and Shivratri sadhanas, etc. The same form. Yeah. Sit erect. The head, the neck, and the spine in a straight line. Close your eyes gently. Relax the shoulders. Let your hands be in your lap. Palms facing the sky. Come to a comfortable posture. Without any strain in any part of the body. Invoke gratitude in your heart. Thank Bhagavan for any three strengths that you have. Three things that you are good at, or three good values that you are following. Thank Bhagwan for all the blessings that you have in life. Thank Bhagwan for whatever happened yesterday. Good experiences, challenging experiences. Be grateful to Bhagwan. Know that Bhagwan's grace is always with you. Tell your mind that Bhagwan loves me as I am. He is Vishwanath, the Lord of the universe. He is in my heart. He loves me as I am. Anchored in the love of Bhagwan, I operate from strength. I strengthen my strengths and I surrender all weakness to Him. Suggest to the mind that for the next 20 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. I am alert, awake, and quiet. I am only a seeker or a devotee, and my goal is self realization. Relax the body, make the mind quiet with 5 deep breaths. Slow, steady, and deep breath. As I say inhale, take a slow and steady breath. As I say relax, exhale slowly. If you like, mentally chant Shi when you inhale and Va as you exhale. Inhale, relax. Inhale, relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Continue to breathe at your own pace. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, visualize a circle of white light. Invoke the auspicious form of your Sadguru, if you have one, or invoke the form of Bhagwan. Both are the same. Feel that you are in front of Bhagwan or your Sadguru. And with all devotion, chant Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Offer some flowers at the feet of the Sadguru. Perform a pradakshina. Come to prostrate in front of the Sadguru. Repose the form of the Sadguru back into your heart. Invoke the auspicious form of Bhagwan Shiva. Gangataranga Ramaniya Jata Kalapam Gauri Nirantara Vibhushita Vamabhagam Narayana Priyamanangamadapaharam Varanasi Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham Varanasi Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham. O mind, worship the auspicious form of Bhagwan Vishwanath. the Lord of Kashi, of Varanasi. Bhagavan has Mother Ganga flowing from his matted locks, from his jata. There is a Bilva Patra from where Mother Ganga flows out. There is a Rudraksha Mala tying up the jata, a crescent moon. There is a snake circling the jata. Bhagavan has long jatas up to his shoulders, on his chest. Mother Ganga is symbolic of selflessness, of devotion and knowledge. Ganga is the purifier. Long jata, symbolic of austerity. Crescent moon is a contemplative mind. Bilva Patra is to surrender our three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Snake is symbol of sense mastery, fearlessness. Bhagavan has applied bhasma on the forehead, symbolic of detachment. The third eye of Bhagavan is on the forehead. Closed. It represents fire, represents intuitive self-knowledge. Visualize this form as I am describing. The two eyes of Bhagavan are looking at us lovingly, with compassion, calling us to come, be one with Him. Patiently Bhagavan waits for the Jiva to return. There's a pleasant smile on Bhagavan's face. His two eyes are half closed. He is neither lost in sleep nor fully extroverted. This is Shambhavi Mudra. Bhagavan has earrings in his earlobes. There is a black and a green serpent around his neck, symbolic of mastery over death. His neck is blue, symbolic of compassion. There are Rudraksha malas on the chest of Bhagavan, symbolizing his blissful nature. his tears of joy. Bhagwan wears deer skin tied with a red cloth around his waist. There is an elephant skin covering his waist. Bhagwan is in Padmasana, sitting on a tiger skin. On his arms and the wrists are Rudraksha malas. With his right hand, he is blessing us with his grace, showing the Abhay Mudra. His left hand is resting on the knee, left knee. There is a Trishul and a Damru with a garland on his right side. This is the auspicious form of Bhagwan Shiva. Keeping this form in mind, we will chant Bhagwan's name. Om Kashi Vishwanathaya Namaha. 27 times. Om Kashi Vishwanathaya Namaha. 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 Continue mentally. We contemplate on the first verse of Kashi Vishwanatha Ashtakam. Just like Mother Ganga adorns the matted locks of Bhagavan Shiva, may we live our life in selflessness, in service, living a life of austerity and simplicity. May I be like Mother Ganga, who overcomes all obstacles and finally reaches her goal, the ocean. May there be the flow of bhakti in our heart, the clarity of knowledge in our intellect, and selflessness in our actions. May we always remember that Bhagavan Shiva and Shakti, they are manifesting through us. We are only their nimitta or instruments. They are the karta. They are the doers. May we treat everyone with this bhav that Shiva and Shakti alone are in so many forms. May I worship my Ishtadevata regularly, sincerely, with all devotion. If I have not found my Ishtadevata, may Bhagavan bless me that I recognize my Ishtadevata. May my bhakti towards my Ishtadevata keep growing, and let me surrender my ego to my Ishtadevata. May Bhagavan destroy kama in us with the fire of knowledge. May we become nishkam. May we come to the state of desirelessness. May Bhagavan help us to transform lust into love and channelize it through service. Offer some flowers to Bhagavan Shiva. Perform a pradakshina of Bhagwan Shiva. Come to prostrate in front of Bhagwan. Feel the hand of Bhagwan is on your head. His grace and blessings pervade your entire being. Repose the form back into your heart. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your body. Be aware of the happenings around you. We pray for the well-being of everyone. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Rub your palms, place them on the face, gently open your eyes. Any questions? There is one. Yes.
Hariom Swamiji, I want to know that Shivji is so very powerful, he is infinite consciousness. Then why does he wear Rudraksh on his upper arms, wrist, and on his body?
That is an
Hari-
expression of his tapasya also and his joy also, because Rudraksha is born from the tears of Bhagwan Shiva during his Ananda Tandava. And it is not like ornament, no? Ornament is decorative and gold and prosperity and shining. Ornament one wears to beautify oneself, to glorify, to understand, to show also that I am whatever, people think when they wear some necklace and diamond and ring and all that, they feel, wow, I'm, so glorious. Rudraksha is the exact opposite. It is hard to wear. You wear the Rudraksha, it will poke the body. And it is symbolic of tapasya also, symbolic of joy also. And Bhagavan doesn't wear it for getting some praise, appreciation, nothing. It is, he is wearing it for the sake of tapasya, one. Second, if you read Shiv Puran and other places, it is said the devotee also should wear Rudraksha. It will purify the devotee, the Rudraksha. In fact, Shiva Puran will also say that when you do Shiva Puja, you should apply Bhasma and wear Rudraksha and then do the Shiva Puja. So, and different things are written about Rudraksha there, that how many Rudraksha should be worn on the head, on the neck, on the hands, on the arms. So it will be fully that the body of the devotee, it will remind the devotee of Bhagavan Shiva. And Bhagavan Shiva himself is wearing Rudraksha. So before he, it is said in the Purana for the devotee to follow, Bhagavan already is following it. He doesn't need, that way he doesn't need meditation, he doesn't need anything. But he sets the example. He doesn't need to have Ishtadevata, nothing. But he sets example for Bhakta. You do this, you wear this, you do sadhana with this, live in the attitude of a seeker, because Rudraksha also means that I should live in a dharmic way, I should live a sattvic lifestyle, then the power of Rudraksha is enhanced. So all that is the symbolism. When Bhagavan wears, you wear a gold ring, you don't have to be necessarily living in a sattvic way. In fact, people wear all that ornament and they go for party and this and that. And so Rajasic and Tamasic enjoyments one engages. But with Rudraksha, one cannot do all that. One has to live a sattvic lifestyle, avoid non-vegetarian, alcohol, any kinds of substance addiction. One has to drop and increase the sattvic way of life. So that's why Rudraksha has all the significance. So it's not just simply wearing Rudraksha. Lifestyle comes with that. And Bhagavan is showing that lifestyle and he himself lives like that. So devotee learns from Bhagavan's example.
Thank you, Hariom Swamiji. Pranam Swamiji.
Hari Om. I've already explained about Pradosha. Basic things I already explained. One of my earlier talks recordings you can check. In this series only I've explained. Little more I wanted to explain, but I have not yet referred fully to Shiv Puran. When I will finish, then I will explain. What is the second kind of mukti you mentioned? You said in Kashi, one won't get Jivan Mukti, but some other mukti. That is called Salokya Mukti. So in Bhakti Shastra, Mukti Upanishad will explain this. 4 types of mukti Bhakti will say. Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, Sayujya. And 5th is Sadyojata. Sadyojata is Jivan Mukti. The Salokya Mukti is the Jiva after dropping the body. All these 4 Muktis are after dropping the body. Sadyojata is while living, is what Vedanta says. That is Jivan Mukti. Salokya Mukti is you go after dropping the body, you go to the same loka as Bhagavan and you are there. So Kailasa. For Shivji it is Kailas. For Vishnu Bhagavan it is Vaikuntha. So the devotee will go there and be a servant of Bhagavan, Das of Bhagavan, serve Bhagavan. Salokya. Samipya means you are close to Bhagavan. Salokya is you are in the same realm, same abode of Bhagavan, but you may not be close to Bhagavan. It is like, you are seeing the match, let us say, and there are many celebrities and all of them. You are in the same stadium as them, but you are not sitting next to them. Just a limited example to understand. That way, Salokya is you are in the same loka. Samipya is you are close to Bhagavan. Close proximity of Bhagavan and some seva is there you do. Sarupya is you look exactly like Bhagavan. So if you see in Bhagavatam, it will come, that Vishnu Bhagavan, when he gives darshan many times, he will come not just alone. He will come with his Parshadas, who will also look like him. But then how to identify? So Vishnu Bhagwan will have the Shri Vatsa mark on his chest and the Kaustubh Mani. Other Parshadas don't have that. Like that, Bhagwan Shiva will have always Mother Parvati on his left side. It was said, no, today, Vamena Vigraha Varena. Oh, that is the next one, it will come. But today it came Gauri Nirantara Vibhushita Vama Bhagam. On his left side, continuously Mother Parvati will be there. Then that is original Bhagwan Shiva. Others are Ganas or they are Jivas who have taken the form of Bhagwan Shiva. Because as you think, so you become. So you meditate on the form and you want to be that way, then you will attain that form of Bhagwan. Don't get scared saying, Arey Bapre, if I meditate on form, I'll become like that. If you have bhavana that you want to be like that, then you will be. If your bhavana is this is Bhagwan's form and I'm surrendering, no, nothing wrong. That is called Sarupya Mukti. So Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, Sayujya. Sayujya means you will have same qualities like Bhagwan. If Bhagwan is detached, you have detachment. If Bhagwan is equanimous, equanimity. If he is calm, peaceful, all his qualities one will imbibe. But these four muktis, Brahmagyan is not there in this. So one will be there. Dvaita will say that is a permanent way to live. Advait says that finally Bhagwan will give Atma Gyan and that person will realize one's nature as consciousness. That is Sadyojata. So those are the different types of muktis. Right. Okay, Hari Om. Thank you everyone.